I grew up in a place very much like Owsley County, only a couple of counties away. It was economically distressed, looked down upon by most Americans, by the media. But it was also a place that had really dedicated educators, people in the community who were devoted to making a difference, especially in the lives of children. Those people had a tremendous impact on me and on my life and on my education, the same way that the people that show up in Owsley County in class of 27 are certainly going to have a terrific impact on the lives of these children. The stereotype that bothers me the most is that we have less complicated lives in rural places. No matter where you live, your life is complicated and has great joy and sorrow, happy times and troubled times. That's just life.
Yeah, I hear you. It's a chopper. I hear a chopper. It's coming forward and forward.
What's the matter? It's okay.
It's coming over this way.
You might see it any second.
Yeah. There it is. It's coming. Right there. Right there. Over there. Look over there. It's coming down. Look at it. Look.
Day one, I say, I'm getting you ready for kindergarten. I would tell them, we're going to learn this because we're going to send you to kindergarten so you can go to first grade and so you can go to high school over there. That's from day one we start.
I'm going to work at the night school where my mommy works.
Where's
I
that?
got you his hat. No.
Where does your mommy work?
Nursing home in Booneville.
Okay.
Kentucky.
Why do you think you'd like that?
Because I'm going to be mommy's boss. And I have to be good with her checks. Check stubs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
What else do you hope for the future?
be a frog.
School system and the healthcare center, nursing home, and the courthouse. That's it. That's it for the employment in this town. And you heard one of my babies say that her mommy works at the nursing home, and she wanted to go there when she got big, to work at the nursing home. That would not be a bad cycle if that's the way her life has to end up. But yeah, I'd like to see it better. I'd like to see her get an education.
What are you going to do this weekend, Levi?
Step on go get things.
You going to do what?
Step on me.
Step on bees.
Bye, Noah. Bye, Noah. I'm gonna get in the swimming pool. I am too. I'm getting in my swimming pool today. I'm getting in the swimming pool today, too.
Think it'll be too cold?
In the cafeteria, I noticed that children on Monday mornings were really gorging. But, like their fruit juice, their cereal, they were putting in their backpacks. And they were eating everything else, and they were eating things that other kids weren't eating. And I asked, why are they putting food in their backpacks? And I was told, because they're literally forgotten children. You know, no food in their home on the weekends.
Here, Charlie.
We have private sponsors, churches, who bring food and who also send monetary donations. And it costs us anywhere from $5 to $7 a week to feed a child for a weekend.
Sit down, David. Sit down.
It's not
Good boy.
meals, but it's enough to keep the hunger pains away so that they can sleep and come back Monday morning ready to learn, instead of having to wait till Tuesday afternoon after lunch to be able to learn again. So we have a goal to keep them in school.
There's a lot of our kids go a long time without eating. So if it's an extended weekend, they've got extra food with them. They have no shame in taking it because it's a custom, they're used to it. They see themselves as no different than taking home their books for homework.
The dropout rates, it's not as high as it was. And behavior has improved in the elementary because they got food in their belly. A hungry child cannot learn like a child that has food in its belly. Common sense. But we as Americans forget that.
I want to see myself.
When I was growing up here, it was very light and carefree. There was nothing to be afraid of. That's a big difference today. Going out into the hills now and trusting other people is not there.
I do not think that there's one family out here in Owsley that is not affected by drugs. The dealers, a lot of them get started because of unemployment, because there are a lack of jobs and it's easy money. And a lot of kids grow up in homes that addiction is a normal life for them. Addiction is normal for them.
We have a drug abuse issue from prescription drugs, more so than non-prescription drugs. 27% of our students are raised by grandparents.
Well, it's going to take me a trip. I done put in for my vacation, got it. It's just a couple days away, and I was going to go to Tennessee and up north and visit my brother and travel for about a week. And we got our babies, and we didn't go nowhere. But that's okay.
Mom, you want to go down there and see the creek?
Show me. Let's go wherever you want to go. Show me.
I kind of went into shock there for a little while because I thought it was just for a few weeks, and then it turned into be longer, and kind of didn't know what to do. Starting over with babies. They're my grandkids.
About catching one.
But then after a month or so, 2 or 3 months went by, 3 or 4 months, then you got used to the diapers and the bottles and kind of got into a routine with them, and it's just a normal thing then.
And it's okay if you put boots. I catch you one. It's okay if you put boots in the water, honey. No, they get wet.
Both parents had a drug problem. We didn't know about it at the time.
Giant, I see a snake. Let's go. Yeah, I see something jump. What? See something jump in that water. That was a frog. Yeah, that was a frog jumped in it. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at you, man. Let's go in the way. I don't want to go.
I've had them for over 4 years. I'll keep them.
You know why? Sometimes she does get mad at me because I make her friends come and play with me. She wants to boss all the friends around.
Kaylin was bonded with her mommy really bad. That's okay. It hurt her the most.
She says, come and line up, and they do the same thing.
She had a really hard time there for a long time.
She must be there.
Like every time they come, it would tear her all to pieces.
Staying on that with us? Yay! I get you all
You had said that when social services brought the kids to you, James' skull was cracked. Do you think that affected him?
I worried about it having an effect on him, but it doesn't seem to have because he learns everything fast. It's not slowed him down any.
We're seeing a lot more incidences of developmental delays with kids as well as behavioral issues out of that population of students.
At one time in my life, if my child was laying in the road and there had been an Oxycontin on the other side, I would have stepped over top of her to get to that Oxy and then came back to her because in my mind, I believed I couldn't take care of her without it. And when your two little girls tell you that they used to sit out on the front porch and watch cars go by, hoping that they could just see you and know that you were alive. And they wonder at nighttime when they went to bed, why is mommy not here to put me to bed? Don't she love me? There's no feeling like that. One of my most famous sayings is, I have to keep you safe. And they know it's me, and they run to me. They run to me, I keep them safe.
They got out on the four-wheeler hunting for a dog and wrecked in the creek. Him and his brother and Granny in the dark, and it scared every one of us to pieces. But Laney went and found them. Laney and her husband went and found them. Huh? So they could get in out of the dark. I gotta stop.
From the time they get off the bus till I put them back on in the evening. And they tell me bye. Some of them will say, see you tomorrow. Some of them will say, I'm not coming tomorrow. I say, oh, yes, you are. And here he comes the next day.
You got a routine, don't you? Bye.
Miss Betsy. She is definitely one of the best teachers you'll ever meet. She's creative, energetic. She follows the rules while making it her own.
Try to open your meal. You're going to kindergarten.
Sean was, he was really hard to understand. I mean, the only way you could understand him is if you slowed him down. Betsy just got real close to him. He was kind of like Betsy's baby, He would get so excited when he would go into her room.
On a big brown log sat a very quiet little green frog. Shh, hush. That frog didn't make a sound. He was looking at that grasshopper that was hopping all around. Whoop! How came his tongue so sticky and long? What happened?
Your hair in your mouth.
What happened? The frog ate the grasshopper?
Yeah.
Huh?
Get some do it to me.
Do it to you?
Me.
What's the frog gonna eat?
She started working with him, and she just gave him that discipline that he needed to focus on what he was doing.
Hush, Angel. Hush. That frog didn't make a sound. He was watching the cow, chomping on the grass and just walking around. What are you? A cow?
Yeah.
Then, whoop! That came his tongue so sticky long. The cow was gone.
My
Sophia Brooke.
I want to have like you.
Our classes like
They say that boys are not willing to write
and do math until a later age, but not my Sean.
Okay.
When he used to draw for me, I used to write down what he drew. I would ask him. Now, he has learned that he comes to me with his picture and a blank piece of note paper that I have to write the word on, and he will write it himself.
You got to be a leader next year.
He's ready to go to kindergarten. He's a good boy. He'll be a good leader.
I was an only child. Mom and Dad divorced when I was 6, and Mom had me for a little while, but then my grandparents ended up raising me. Go on, fish. Someone to fix up some poles. When you're raised by your grandparents, I guess it's a lot different when you're getting raised by your real parents. John, come here. Where are you gonna cast it out of? My mom and dad, they wasn't good for each other. And Mom got custody of me and she moved me away from everybody. Mom got a boyfriend that would treat me bad. I remember him trying to drown me once in the tub. I remember that. He beat me a lot. He used a big belt buckle instead of the belt. I always had bruises all over me. That's one thing. I was so embarrassed when the social services come because they wanted me to pull my pants down the back and look at me. Dad was just having trouble with jobs and stuff like that, and he's been hurt and stuff too, and my grandparents just kind of took me under their wing. I always just wanted to set a really good example for my kids. That's all I always worry about, is just what my kids think and, you know, what they're going to grow up to be. Molly, no.
I went fishing with him. I went swimming with him once.
Yeah, pet.
We went swimming in the pond.
Who's going to kiss him?
No! You said I can erase it. I want to erase it. I kissed the fish with my hand.
Don't get scared of it now. Go right here with your thumb and your finger.
Frogs that turn to trees, it's not fish.
There.
Well.
Let it go. Good job. High five.
All right, bring it back to your pole.
Landon Thomas.
My mommy commentator.
Hey, yeah, your mommy's probably in the gym waiting on you. Now remember, what are we gonna do? You're gonna hold your arms up. We're gonna do our song. Angel, get in line, honey. Get in line. We're getting ready to go. What does Betsy say all the time? That her kids is the best in this school. And when we get out there, we're gonna do it. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. We're gonna do it. When I see my kids in kindergarten and in first grade and in second grade and third grade, and they still come back to me.
Robert.
And they show me that they can read a book. And they show me how well they can read.
Angel Stump.
That's something. That's something.
We want you to continue to support your child's education because that is the most important thing you can give them as a parent.
This program was made possible in part by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. As part of American Graduate, let's make it happen.